Hi guys. So I'm gonna read another chapter. So we're up to chapter 4. I hope some of you have gotten your book. I know quite a few of you have. Um, I'm hopefully gonna get my books tomorrow or Wednesday from Amazon. So once I have those orders in, I'll be shipping the rest of the books out. So you'll get yours soon. But um, so let me just show you what the cover looks like in the chapter. Hold on. So this is the cover. This is chapter 4. So the chapter 4 is Dear Xanax, It's Over. Okay. So I'm going to read a section. So get comfy. This is a tough chapter. So I'll give you a little snippet. Just so you know who Mitchell is, he was my old therapist. He was the coolest fucking therapist ever. He was a short guy. He almost looked like Bernie Sanders, almost. He was from Brooklyn too, very heavy accent, just tiny little guy, kind of gave it to you straight. He was great. So let me see where I wanted to start. Okay. So, um, also just a thing, this was back in 2009. So I was on antidepressants and took Xanax for my anxiety. So this was a rough few years. So I'll start here. So Mitchell quit, and I felt like a piece of my soul died again. I called Mitchell upset about him not telling me, and he deeply apologized that the office didn't tell me. He was moving back to Brooklyn and would be out of my network. I sat in my car and cried my eyes out after I got off the phone with him. Why did he have to leave? This isn't fair. Maybe this is a sign. As upset as I was, I tried to see what this could possibly mean for me. I was in the deepest turmoil I've ever been in, and I had no choice but to try to see the light. The antidepressants did help me during therapy, but after 2 years or so, it began to wear on me. I would come home after school and go straight to my psychiatrist. I'd sit in that waiting room for sometimes 3 hours to then only talk to the doctor for 5 minutes. The psychiatrist didn't care about how you were feeling. At least they didn't make it seem that way. I'd cry for 5 minutes and then they'd write me a script. During one of my sessions with my psychiatrist, I had a moment of epiphany. Everything became clear again, and I noticed as I was crying my fears and pain to this man. He did not look at me once. He wrote notes in his notepad and then switched to write out scripts for me. I stopped talking for a moment to see if he would even notice. It took him a few minutes and I said, "You really don't give a shit, do you?" Not that I was ever suicidal, ever, but I was trying to make my point, so I said, "If I jumped off a bridge after this, you wouldn't give two shits about me." He was taken aback by what I was saying and said that wasn't true. I said, "It's all about money for you. You just write your scripts and get your money." He said that it wasn't about the money, but based on the energy he was giving off, since I was seeing him, it was. I was raising my voice at this point, and I said, "You money-hungry motherfucker." And I told him I didn't want to be on medications anymore. I continued to say, if I want to cry, then I want to cry. If I'm angry, then I want to be angry. I want to feel my emotions again without feeling guilty for them. I walked out of the session and went to my car filled with adrenaline, filled with emotion I hadn't felt in a long time after being so numb on medications. I cried. I called my sister and told her what happened, and she let me vent. Not much longer after that, I called my psychiatrist. I said I want to go off of Prozac. When the male psychiatrist wasn't there, a woman took his place. She thought it wasn't a good idea at first, but I said, "No, I'm done. I want to feel again." She said she would wean me off slowly. Mind you, I was scared shitless to come off my meds as they have become my crutch. I still had my Xanax on me, but I stopped taking it. I wanted to work through my emotions without drugs, no matter how hard or scary it was. I missed being myself, and mostly being clear-headed. So, That's a fun chapter. It's an interesting chapter. That's when things really started to change for me. So that's one little snippet of chapter 4. Next will be chapter 5. And if you guys have questions or comments about the book, if you have started reading it, I would love to hear it, because then I can start to interact with you guys once now that you guys are reading it. So it'll be fun. So let me know if you have it, and let me know in the comments if you have it, if you've read it already or you're starting to read it. I would love to know your thoughts, and then I'm sure everybody else would love to know also, so we all can kind of read it together. So I hope to hear from you guys soon.